Hey everyone, it's Hayes, and I'm here with more evidence to disprove the silly theory that Lila is Manon from the future, and of course no offense to whoever came up with this idea in the first place.
Are you trying to hurt my feelings? Because if so, you are succeeding.
I am not going to repeat everything I said in the first video. I did because we will be here for about half an hour, but I will link it above and below for you to watch if you've clicked on this and have no idea what I'm talking about and are wondering if I've lost my mind after submitting my PhD.
I have.
But if you truly have no idea what I'm talking about, basically Manon grows up and becomes a teenager, gets annoyed with Marinette for ignoring her, killing her mum, or stealing her jelly beans, I don't know, and as a result Manon, who has grown up into Lila or Cerise or Edna mode, travels back in time, again, unsure how she achieves this exactly, to when her babysitter is 13 herself and is receiving the Miraculous for the first time with the sole goal of making her life a living hell. The majority of the evidence for debunking this is in the other video, so I won't go over it here, and this video will probably seem a bit strange if you haven't seen the other one, so I would really recommend seeing the other one first. But anyway, onto the main piece of evidence in this video that again debunks this theory, because I've yet to see really any shred of credibility for this theory, and the evidence is from Simple Man.
I want to see it on fire.
Yeah, I know, no one likes this episode apart from Thomas Astruc, who went to the end of the solar system defending it, calling it meta for referencing jokes about animation that only people who are animators would understand, which I'm sure all those 8 to 10-year-olds in the target audience really laughed about too. But sadly, we are not here to roast Simple Man. I actually already did a video on that too. But the evidence, okay, so at the start of the episode the kids are causing chaos and they manage to grab the Kwamis, including Manon, who was ironically holding Fluff, which is the Kwami she would need to travel back in time with. Is this where the person got this idea from? Anyway, in Simple Man, Marinette of course lies about what they're for because obviously she has to, and Manon leaves thinking her babysitter is making some weird toys that she never sees again. However, let's assume this theory is true and Manon truly is Lila. The next time Manon will see a Kwami will be when she grows up to be old enough to be Lila, at about roughly age 13, and will use Fluff to travel back in time for the events of Volpina. And by that point she'll be like, huh? Where did I see one of these before? Oh my god, that's right, at Marinette's house. I guess she's the Guardian then, who everyone knows is Ladybug. So when Volpina starts, Lila would already know that Marinette is Ladybug and the Guardian, even before Marinette becomes the Guardian and finds it out herself. Remember, Volpina is a Season 1 finale. Marinette only becomes the Guardian in the Season 3 finale. While we all know that Lila is more than prepared to sit on information until it's useful to her, for example, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but I do believe Lila found out Gabriel Babes was Hawk Daddy some point in Season 3, as he kept asking for her help with Chloe and Marinette in Miraculous and Ladybug, both of which resulted in Akuma-related shenanigans in Paris. She didn't do anything with said information until Gabriel Babes betrayed her in Emotion. However, there were hints that Lila knew of Gabriel's identity. For example, in episode 5 of this season, Illusion, when Gabriel arrives at school, Lila tells him what the kids are going to try to do so he can be prepared, and again, Lila also basically tells Gabriel in episode 16 Protection that she's getting Kagami upset so he can akumatize her. In my opinion, there has been no point from Volpina where Lila has hinted at knowing Marinette is Ladybug. She started hating Ladybug in Volpina because she ruined her chances with Adrian, and in Ladybug we see a flashback to Befana where we see that's where Lila started hating Marinette at her birthday party because Adrian seems to like Marinette more than her, and of course Lila's hatred for Marinette is intensified by the way Marinette keeps trying to expose her, like in episodes like Chameleon. She hates both Ladybug and Marinette, but in my opinion there's no evidence to suggest that Lila is even remotely aware they could be the same person. Of course, she may have found out in Recreation, which I am still on the fence about, but for this video it doesn't actually matter if she did or didn't find out in Recreation. If this theory is true, Manon grows up to be about 13, Marinette does something truly heinous to really hurt her, then Manon somehow gets her hands on the Rabbit Miraculous and travels back in time, and enrolls in DuPont in time for Volpina, and then the events of Season 2 through Season 5 to play out. Whether or not Lila finds out Marinette in Ladybug in Recreation is irrelevant, because if Manon really is Lila, then Lila would have known since her debut in the show. If the theory is true, Lila in Volpina already knows Marinette is Ladybug well before the events of recreation are set in motion, but there are no hints towards this, and while I can see someone sitting on helpful information for a while, they wouldn't do it forever. For example, Gabriel Babes betrayed Lila in Emotion, and she betrayed him right back in Revelation 2 episodes later. Ladybug betrayed Lila in her first appearance in the show, and Marinette has continuously made her feelings towards Lila clear. I really do feel Lila would have done something by now if she had the information to do so. Like, what is better revenge on Marinette and Ladybug, two people that Lila hates, by telling everyone that they're the same person and putting her in immense danger, because she would be in a lot of danger, as we see in episodes like Senti Bubbler. The only explanation as to why there is no hints that Lila has always known Marinette as Ladybug, if this theory is true, is that time travel, I don't know, for example, gave Lila amnesia, so she doesn't remember what Manon saw in Simple Man or even what Kwamis are, and I guess this could explain why she lies so much and has multiple mums, because she doesn't know who she is and she's trying to find out. But I'm not sure people with amnesia make up outlandish lies. As far as I'm aware, they're usually pretty confused, and so far the show has no precedent for time travel related amnesia. I'm not saying it's impossible, but Alex seems absolutely fine, as did Marinette after Cat Blanc, and as did Ladybug, Cat Noir and Monarch Daddy after Evolution. The only way I think it could be possible is due to Cat Noir cataclysming the rabbit Miraculous, which we find out in Time Tagger he has damage with a cataclysm, but the effect of that is sending Bunnix to ancient Egypt, not giving her amnesia. We could also say it's because Lila is travelling back to a timeline while she is still there as a younger version of herself as Manon, but again, Evolution debunks this, as Ladybug and Cat Noir come out of the burrow several times, such as on Heroes Day, where their younger selves are. Of course, not as young as Manon is compared to Lila, but their younger selves nonetheless. So, there you go. I pretty much don't believe this theory anymore. To me, the only significant things are the colour sharing between Lila and Manon, as in the colours in their palettes for their outfits and stuff. But even then, I do think that's a bit tenuous. So, yeah, if you still believe it after this, I hope you feel better in a few days. So, besties, I'd love to know what you think, of course, and I will see you in the next one.